Hi, welcome. I'm trying to learn endocrinology, today diabetes, and afterwards we're going to do hand power training, and if you participate in the hand power training, that's at your own risk. And diabetes, what has to do here now with a disease. You already know with diabetes, that is a problem with the amount of blood sugar in the blood. So we're going to talk about blood and all things, and internal and anatomy and also urination. And we know that the amount of sugar in the blood, or blood sugar level, is controlled through the pancreas, which is sending out insulin to the liver, and the liver then stops and the liver then converts what it has too much at the glucose, which is the blood sugar for the blood, and converts then the glucose which it had, instead of putting it into the blood, to glucosamine and stores it in the liver. And that is all regulated for homeostasis to keep the homeostatic with the blood sugar levels, and also the temperature and the water and the mineral content in the human are static all the time same. And now, and if there's a problem when the blood sugar levels are too high, and somehow also that glucose is passed out of the body. I don't get it. If it's passed out of the body, why is it then too high? Maybe both happens. It's not strong enough to get it out. It's still something. The problem with diabetes type 1 and 2, there are two types. Diabetes type 1, that is a genetic disorder. And there's a problem that the pancreas is not doing the insulin, not enough. And the help is now to inject insulin into the human body, and then the insulin comes instead of the pancreas from that injection. But there's diabetes part 2, we're going to that now. Diabetes part 2, type 2 diabetes is caused by the cells of the body failing to respond to insulin, and is controlled by making sure that the person does not eat too much carbohydrate in one meal. Now, what was it here? Type 2 diabetes is caused by the cells of the body failing to respond to insulin. Okay, the pancreas is producing the insulin properly, the insulin is in the human body, but the cells just don't respond to it. Maybe they are deaf. So we can understand it. There is some. Now, one problem would be that where someone is dumb, so they can't speak, and now the other person can't hear them. But now that would be type 1. The pancreas is not producing insulin, and now the liver is, of course, not doing what it does, because the person is not speaking to the liver. And the other problem is the pancreas is doing insulin, but the liver is deaf, or the cells are deaf, and the person can speak as loud as they want. The cells or the liver doesn't hear. Type 2 diabetes is caused by cells of the body failing to respond to insulin, and is controlled by making sure that that is how it is controlled. That is not how it is controlled in the human body when the disease is there. That is how the treatment of a disease works. And to treat the disease, it should be made sure that the person does not eat too much carbohydrate in one meal. Wherever they are, people with diabetes part 2 should not eat too much which have carbohydrate in them in one meal. People with type 1 diabetes need to inject themselves with insulin. So we're talking also about injections. Need to inject themselves with insulin. It's important that they get the dose right, so they have to test the blood to see how much sugar is present. This will vary depending on when the last. That is a bit too much. I think we made in a way a breakthrough. What is called a breakthrough? What is it called? Breakthrough. Is it a breakthrough? We made to put it as whatever it is called. Type 1 diabetes, which is diabetes, and where the pancreas is dumb, it cannot speak, and it is not producing its words, its insulin. So, of course, now it is listening to the words to insulin. And type 2, where the pancreas is producing insulin, but the rest of the cells are just not hearing. Maybe they're dead, as if they were dead. Now, but this is enough. We're going to do now our hand power training. If you're here for more to diabetes, and then we're having here more, but I think that will be then again part of blood sugar level, and that will be maybe part of medicine or biology, and not of endocrinology. Did I say it at the beginning that it is endocrinology? But maybe we're going to include it into English and or whatever. We're doing the hand power training. If you participate in the hand, so if you're here for medicine, you can go to the next part, wherever it is. If you're here for hand power training, this is at your own risk if you participate in it. We are starting. We're having the hands next to us, and we're bringing the fists up. And now we're bringing them down. And we're bringing them up. And down. And again up. And the next exercise. Hands next to us, and we're bringing them in. And out. We're having 3 rules. The first rule is that we're stopping immediately as soon as there's pain. Again, to be outside. The second rule is, I think about a breakthrough. The second rule is I don't know it. So again, say it again. We're going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. We're doing the next exercise. We're doing that. We're going up, we're making strong fists, press a bit together. We're going up to the outside and up. We're going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. And the third rule, we're not overdoing it. If you feel like taking a break, or these exercises are too much, or whatever, just do a break. We just want to strengthen, not to exhaust. If you've exhausted your wrists, you did more than you wanted to do. But most importantly, stop immediately as soon as there's pain. Next exercise, we're doing the field daisies in your synthia selector. Hands from the fists, and we're opening them, and we're closing them. And the last time opening, closing, and opening. Next exercise is the T-Rex in the gym. We're using a tennis ball. You can do it also without one, just make a strong fist. We're pressing onto the tennis ball and releasing. And we're pressing again and releasing. And now we're pressing again. And we're switching over. We're pressing. And we're pressing again. Endocrinology. And releasing. And we are pressing again. And releasing. And the next exercise, the cautious big bang. Place the fingertips of one hand on top of the fingernails of the other hand. Press a bit. And we're opening slowly. And we're closing again slowly. And we're going to do it one more time. And then we're closing again slowly. And now we're switching. We're doing it on the other side. And close. Open again. And close. Next exercise. I think we could do the frog. So you can skip the next exercise if you feel this is too much exercise already. We have quite some more exercise. The frog, testing the water temperature. Bring the hands down with flat fingers. And now bring them up and make strong fists. Again down, flat fingers. And again up, strong fists. Again down, strong fingers. Strong fingers. Flat fingers. And up with strong fists. One last time down. And up, strong fists. Next exercise, the bicycle bridge. Both hands flat and bend them with the knuckles. Now bring them up again. And bend them again at the knuckles. And open them again. Bend again. And open. We could do the claw. We're going to do the claw. Both hands flat and make a claw. And open again. And make again the claw. Open again and make a claw. And open. Next exercise. If you feel this exercise too much, skip this one also. By having arms in, strong fists into flexion. long arms out, flat fingers, extension. To the inside, strong fists, flexion. Outside, extension, flat fingers. To the inside, strong fists, flexion. Outside, extension, flat fingers. And the last round, inside, strong fists, flexion. Outside, extension, flat fingers. And we're ending. And I think it's the last exercise from last exercise. So flat hand and bend it at the knuckles and press now on all four the ice axe. And out again. The other hand, bend it at the knuckles, bend it at the knuckles, and press on all four. And the last exercise, the unfolding rocket posters. Long arms, strong fists, go to step stand, and bring the fists to the inside, strong fists into flexion, and to the outside extension, flat fingers. To the inside, strong fists, flexion, and to the outside extension, flat fingers. Inside, strong fists, flexion, and last round, outside extension, flat fingers. Inside, strong fists, flexion. And we are doing a relaxation or relaxing exercise. We're going with moderate pressure over the extension digital muscle. So go over the middle part of the lower arm with moderate pressure. And on the other side. And that was the last time. I thank you very much, and until next time.